We need to do it. But he kind of pushed that down a little bit, but then he said, but we're not playing quite the way that I wish that we were. Good, not great, and they need to really find some great in there to win, especially tonight against Pineview.
Our pregame brought to you tonight by Roy's Pizza and Pizza. Roy's always delivers. Download their mobile app and get pizza delivered to your door fast. How cool is that we live in a modern age where you can pick up your phone, push a little button on your phone, punch in a couple of numbers, and they bring you pizza.
You know what? Life's good. That's all I'm going to say.
LG, baby. Life's good.
It absolutely is. Hey, we're going to take a quick 1 minute break. We'll come back. We have a lot more to talk about. We'll get into some coaches' comments, take a look at some of the tools of the game tonight here. We certainly appreciate all of our great sponsors for stepping up with us. And again, so Camping World coaches' comments and more on the way. We're back in 60.
Man, where's Carrick? The show's about to start.
Carrick Segmiller approaches his ball after a beautiful approach shot. This ball landed about 12, 13 feet away as he lines up the putt. He'll have this one for birdie.
Hey, have any of you guys seen Carrick?
I think he went that way.
Segmiller eyes his ball as he lines it up. Again, this putt for birdie will win the tournament. He steps to his ball. The putt's on its way. It's got the right speed. It's in! Carrick Segmiller for birdie to win the tournament as the crowd goes wild. He is celebrating. He is ecstatic.
Yeah. Oh, Carrick, we got shooter in like 5 minutes. Let's go.
Come on, man. I'm just playing some golf. Come on, let's go.
And welcome back. Glad to have you along with us here once again, Mike and Andy, from the Dome here at Desert Hills High School. And again, let's take a look. I want to jump because I had so much fun again talking with Coach Turley right before the game tonight and just ask him about things. Number one, he says we're healthy. A little bit of sickness, but he goes, you know, you get to the point where that's just part of the game and you kind of anticipate. So he said overall we're pretty healthy. He said my kids are playing good. I need them to play a little bit better. And I think he was really referencing what you talked about, Andy. They got to come up with some more scoring. They got some kids like, you know, Mason Chase and Lindstrom and Thornton.
Carson Thornton, yeah.
Absolutely, who are in double digits in scoring. And they got a few that are inching up between the 5 and 10 too. But they really got to get all of those guys scoring to get to the points. And I was telling you that he also said he feels like if they can keep this game in the 50s tonight, they've got a really good chance. If it gets up into the 70s, he said, I think we're in trouble.
Coach's comments brought to you by Camping World of St. George. Your adventure starts at Camping World. Find huge selections of all the top brands for sales, parts, service, and a full retail store. Visit 1500 Hilton Drive or go to campingworldstgeorge.com. I talked with the assistant coach, Will Hokanson, about this game a little bit, and I said, Will, help me put a finger on what you expect. And he said, we've been playing pretty well as a team together. He says that's translated to pretty good defense. Unfortunately, it hasn't translated to points for us, to your point. He says the other thing, though, that we really have to worry about tonight is Pineview is full of shooters. And when you think about those guys that can fling it from deep, we're talking about, Sudweeks, Jared Sudweeks. We're talking about Jared Kohler. We're talking about Michael Moore, who can light it up from outside. Ryan Hopper can hit the deep ball when he's open. They've got a lot of guys that can fill it up from deep, and I think that's probably the biggest worry right now for Desert Hills because, as you mentioned, if this turns into a high-scoring game, a Holbrook Asphalt big-score dessert game, man, Desert Hills might be in trouble.
Yeah, they easily could be. And again, back to a final comment from me from Coach Turley in talking about what it's going to take and how they play the game. And he goes, most of the teams down here, he says, we can kind of one-up them. We can play the gap, and we can do things like, he says, I can't do that against Pineview. He said they're talented enough, they're long enough. If you try to gap them, they can in and back out. He said they got good shooters, as you talked about. They're just a tough team. I think what he was saying, I'm going to kind of bring that down and say we don't match up real well with Pineview Panthers.
I will say this, and I think, I always try to come up with an X factor, Michael. We'll call these our Bucks Ace Hardware tools to the game For Bucks Ace, you can have hand-picked brands like Valspar, Craftsman, and Steel. We'll see at the new Bucks at the Dino Crossing, but one of the tools to the game is going to be inside play. Pineview does not have a true post player. Dallin Brown is really more of a high post drive and score kind of a guy. They just don't really have that one big guy. Even Brooksby, probably a pretty good post defender, but not a post offensive guy. That real X factor in this game to me could be Keegan Munson and Spencer Jolly for Desert Hills. Those two big guys should have a little bit of offensive room to operate in this game. I don't think Pineview will double in the post, so I think those guys got to step up and got to make plays. And if they start making plays, that'll open up the outside shot for Trevin Lindstrom, Alex Sampson, and Carson Thornton.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw one more name out there too for Pineview, and that's Tavin Shepard. Shepard is a guy. He has the hops. He's very athletic. He's not a big guy, but he can do pretty well. So I think he's going to be a part of that mix there. So
kind of a tweener guy, you know. He's more of a small forward who can rebound, and obviously rebounding is another thing we haven't talked about. But that's going to be another key to the game, obviously a tool to the game. But you're right, Tavin Shepard is an excellent rebounder. He's very similar to a guy we talked about the other night, Dominic Scott of Hurricane. He has missed a couple of games, and we saw Hurricane really suffer without their rebounder in there. And I think Pineview, a real key to them is Tavin Shepard. How can he rebound?
Absolutely. All right, we are about 4 minutes away or so from tip-off here tonight. Well, actually 4 minutes away from them turning out the lights and leaving us here in the dark, that's for sure. As we take a look at this matchup, a couple of other games going on, of course, on our sister station, 94.9, 890 KDXU tonight. Out in Hurricane, we have Hurricane and Cedar City, and every game just means so much. Cedar got their first conference victory last week. They really got to do it again. If they really want to think hard about going to the playoffs, they got to win tonight.
And, you know, Cedar a week or two ago, and I said, but Hurricane at home, they're going to take care of them. But Cedar's got Dallin Grant back. Peterson maybe not far behind. This becomes a very interesting Cedar team, and I think Coach Beck, as he put things together, he realized, it's kind of now or never.
Yep.
And Grant came back, and I don't think he's 100%, but a 90% Dallin Grant's about as good. About as good as anybody in the region. And they got that big win against Soak Canyon. If they get a win tonight, that puts them kind of in the thick of maybe chasing a playoff spot, depending on what happens in the second half. And so that's a big one as well.
Got a pretty good matchup also in our third game up in Cedar City, Canyon View High School, where the Falcons playing host to the Flyers. Now, obviously, Flyers a very glossy record, 4-1 in the region. They're 12-3 overall, while Canyon View coming in at 3-2 and 7-8. So they're just under 500 overall, just over 500. But we saw what they've done to teams up there on their home court, and I got to tell you, I don't know who's going to win that one tonight. But I tell you, it could easily be, as we said, almost every game. Close, not so close, blowout, either way. I don't know what to expect.
Vegas odds makers, I think, would pick the Falcons by a couple of points at home. But you're right, anything can happen in this region. And I think we're seeing a little bit of parity this year. Sometimes parity's not a good thing. That means you don't have that one or two dominant player that can propel you to a state championship. Maybe they're out there. Maybe I'm wrong, Mike. But at this point, it kind of feels like the teams up north are a little ahead of the teams down south. But having said that, there's one caveat. Pineview's playing really well right now.
Yeah.
That's the team that beat Pineview in the preseason. If they played them again now, I think they'd probably lose to Pineview. The Panthers are playing a lot better.
They certainly are. One final thought as we look, and I know it's too early to look at the postseason, but it's in our neighborhood, so to speak, just up the road in Cedar City. And I think that does play, because I think as you go back over the years, not every year, but I would say as an overall, if it's down south, the southern team usually does very well. Mm-hmm. It's up north, you about kind of take the trophy and hand it to one of those guys up there.
Yeah, I think, didn't Dixie win it in Cedar City not that long ago?
Yep.
And I know we had it in St. George a few years back, and it was Hurricane and Desert Hills or something in the championship. And Boston Goobler ended up winning the championship with the Hurricane Tigers and Coach Villafanua in that one.
All right, I'm not sure we're going to go to our national anthem first or bring the well, I think they are bringing the players out, but I believe our national anthem is coming up, and while they're doing that, I'm going to run back and find my flashlight, because I know lights are going out here in just a couple of minutes. We're inside the dome here at Desert Hills High School. Got a good one, folks. Thank you for joining us, and again, we certainly appreciate all of our great sponsors here in our pregame show with Roy's Pizza and Pasta. Buck's Ace Hardware, Camping World, and we will turn in just a moment to the Sky Mountain Golf Course starting lineup. So trying to listen in with one ear to the PA announcer, and then
and by the way, our PA announcer tonight is now Cherry Creek employee Mark Musgrave.
That's right.
The voice of the Thunder here.
We got him in a good trade.
Yeah, we did.
Traded up for him. All right, national anthem coming away. 90-second break, and we'll be right back.
Do you think people like John McCain and other people would just sit there quietly on the sides, and that many Republican activists would refrain from registering their disapproval in the peanut gallery?
Some might argue that Republican activist is an oxymoron.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of activism.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying? If you just flip it right over on its head.
I would like to flip it on its head, and in fact, I'm already doing that because my own position is free speech is free speech. Okay, and I'm kind of advocating for something that I'm really not supporting in this respect, as far as protesting or not protesting and being able to recognize your audience. What we need on either side, I don't care where you're coming from, is the ability to recognize the audience.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
I can gun in on the final couple of strains of our national anthem there. You know, I just got to say, we seem to be overall, my feeling, getting better and better in the national anthem. There's some good singers around the region here, and it's kind of fun to hear and see who they bring in.
I will say this, that national anthem usually lasts about 70 seconds, Mike.
Yeah.
Generally, if the pep band's doing it, it's usually less than that.
That's right.
And an individual singer, it's slightly more than that, but that was almost a 2-minute national anthem right there. She took her time.
She took her
but
time,
it was good.
Put some feeling
It was
into
good.
It. Amen.
Yes.
It's all good stuff. All right, welcome back once again. It is time to take a look at our Camping World starting lineup here this evening.
Sky Mountain starting lineup.
Sky Mountain. What did I say? Sky View?
You said Camping World.
Oh, gosh.
That's you got him in the pregame.
I
That's
got
good.
somebody here. Anyway, it is, and we certainly appreciate the good folks there at Sky Mountain. All right, introducing again, first of all, the visitors. Number 4, Ryan Hopper, averaging about 6.5 points a ball game. Also, Jared Sudwicks. I heard he was dinged up a little bit. Good to see him out here playing. He's their leading scorer at 12.5 a game. Tavin Shepard, 10.5 a game, number 11. Michael Moore, who I think is really getting much more steady, Andy, in his play.
All he did was score 27 the other night.
Yeah, that's right. And Jared Kohler, who, again, he is my blue-collar player right there for the Pine View Panthers, doing well. There you have it. Sedgwick, Hopper, Shepard, Moore, and Kohler.
And their sixth man will be Dallin Brown. He'll come in off the bench very, very soon.
And he's kind of an instant, he does something. He gets a rebound, he'll get a point, he'll do something immediately when he gets into that game. All right, well, they're loving it here again as they get ready to bring you the starting lineup tonight for the home team, the Thunder of Desert Hills. Right now, 3 wins, 2 losses. They are 9-6 overall. Peyton Holmes, who is just steady at that point guard position, averaging about 4.5 points a ball game this year. Joining him will be Tevin Lindstrom, he's fun to watch too. This kid moving in this year brings a lot of excitement with him, 10.5 a game. And joining him, Mason Chase, he the leading scorer, number 2 again in scoring here, 11.5 points the ball game. And Carson Thornton, I know you were ready to jump in with his name earlier when I was going down the list of guys. You like what he does, don't you?
Yeah, great shooter from outside, stays within himself, doesn't try to get too cute. Their 5th starter, Spencer Jolly, Mike, and Jolly and Munson kind of trade minutes. In fact, Munson, even though he comes off the bench, a lot of times gets more minutes than Jolly.
Yeah, and he averages a few more points. He's hitting about 6.5 points a game. Jolly hitting at about a 2.5 point clip. All right, there's the introductions. Thanks again to Sky Mountain Golf Course. Hit it to the sky. It's a beautiful Sky Mountain Golf Course there in Hurricane. Call, set up your tee time at 635-7888.
Mason Chase with a fresh do. He has shaved almost all his hair
Wow.
off. He's a very clean shaven head right now.
I got to learn to look for a different looking kid out there. Now, Chase steps in. He'll be jumping against Shepard. Tip is up. Shepard with the tip. It goes to the ground. Battle for it. And finally coming out of there with it is Desert Hills. Lindstrom gets it as you bring it back out high to Holmes. Holmes set a jumper off the right angle off the mark. No good. Rebound taken down by Pineview.
Nice board by Kohler in traffic.
Yep. Double hang down to the goal. Loop it up and in. Good drive to the hole.
Yeah, that was Kohler, Mike. He was just trailing the play. They handed him off the ball, and the sea parted.
And they take it away ahead of everybody. Shepard puts it up and in.
Not a good start for Desert Hills. Another bucket, they'd have to call timeout.
So a quick 4-0 start. We played 45 seconds here in this one. Angle left. Drive to the hole, scoop it up hard off the back rim. No good. Rebound taken down by Moore. Moore loses it. Ahead, now they dump in the corner. Has the step, glides in. Kisses it off the glass. Tried to follow it up, won't go down.
That's one of those you should have caught it and then gone back up again. He tried to get cute and tip it in.
So again, and finally inside. Layup is good. Who's got that?
Spencer Jolly, the big guy, got free underneath, and a good entry pass by Lindstrom.
All right, Jolly with the up. It is 4-2. Glide in the middle, forces it, 3 bounces, and down it goes. And Pineview gets the bucket now from Michael Moore. They lead it 6-2.
The game he had the other night, Mike. He was hitting from outside, he was hitting from inside, he was hitting free throws. Michael Moore was fantastic the other night.
Into Jolly. Jolly left-handed hook won't stay down, and is saved and taken away by the Pineview Panthers. Quickly all the way to the baseline, glide across, kick it out. Kohler wide open, lefty jumper, good.
Oh man, I talked about shooters in the pregame. I didn't necessarily include Jared Kohler, but that kid, the lefty, can fling it from deep too. It's already 9-2.
Yeah, and a quick timeout. Full break, we'll take it. With 6 minutes to go in quarter one, 9-2 Pineview. Back in a minute.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Apologize, maybe having a little bit of trouble with our equipment. Now we have a 3-second violation, and Pineview's excited. I tell you what, and these guys are sky high. They have the lead at 9-2. Now hold everything as they buzzed it.
Desert Hills had 6 guys on the floor for a moment. as Munson didn't check in properly with the scorer's table. They stopped play before. Fortunately for Desert Hill, they probably could have called a technical foul there, but the referee said, no, let's just stop it. And ball was still at the other end.
They're going to let him in now. Say, okay, you've had your warning here. So Pineview with the ball as Kohler gets it in the backcourt into Hopper. Hopper will bring it up court. 5:42 to go. Quick start for the Panthers. Hopper straight away, bounce to the high post. Shepard turns, spins, trying to force it up and in, can't do it. Comes out high. They get it over to Kohler. Left side Hopper. Round the horn midway the corner left side to Moore. Back up top. Nice pass down low. And a foul was called.
Wow, that was an obvious foul, and they almost didn't blow the whistle. I think one ref was waiting for the other one to blow it when he didn't. And finally, the ref finally says, hey, see right there, the hand on his shoulder. Yeah. On the replay, they had a hand right on his shoulder, and so Kohler will get free throws.
Yeah, Carson Thornton gets the personal. That's the first personal, first team foul. Kohler shot up and in. So Kohler now with 6 points, Andy. 6 of the 10. Leading off here. Couple of substitutions now. In comes Gavin Bateman. And also, just a moment ago, of course, it was Keegan Monson in. Who else just checked in? Oh, there he is, Alex Sampson. Second one's up and good as well.
We haven't seen Dallin Brown yet.
Yes, we have.
Is he out there now?
He just now came out. Just as you said that, he ran up to the bench there, though. So
he's wearing an undershirt. I haven't seen that much in this region, but he's got the little gray undershirt under his gray jersey.
Yeah. Drive. Sampson all the way to the baseline. Now turn and kick it back out as the Thunder reset. Chase out high. Bounce it on the angle. Sampson down low to the big guy. Turns, spins. They back off. He put it up short. No good. Rebound taken down quickly. Kick it out to Brown. Brown, nice across the lane, lay it up and in.
Oh, he crossed the defense up. Instead of going near side, he went far side and got the reverse layup.
It's a 13-2 start. Now we have a foul. This one's going to be whistled against, who was it, Bateman, I guess, on the foul. That's his first personal. He just checked in a moment ago, first team foul. 4:49 to go, quarter number 1. 13-2 start. Pineview on fire. Now as Kohler goes to the bench, Connor Brooksby checks in.
They got, what, 4 bench players in right now?
Yeah. They're not wasting any time, are they? Thornton across the top, give it up to the big guy. Back on the angle, down low. Collision, no harm, no foul. Good non-call by the officials. Scoop across, no, tipped up, no, and a foul. Connor Brooksby is going to get the personal.
Yeah, the athleticism of Mason Chase created that play. I think he jumps even higher now that his hair is shorter, Mike. He was up high for that. Both rebounds. The first one, and those of us on TV see him go way up high, gets his own rebound, and then he's kind of undercut there by Brooksby.
And the ball comes in right underneath. Beautiful move. Whoa, I like that by Monson. Reverse it up and in.
Yeah, Keegan Munson is a tough kid inside. A great play there.
Round to Bateman. Bateman in the forecourt. Now he backs it out. They try to trap him. He gets away, and he gets the ball back. Drive, long cross-court pass to Moore. Moore steps in, fires it up straight away. Looking for him. Now steps in. 12-footer up and good, Dallin Brown.
Now, you mentioned, Mike, he's kind of instant whatever. Well, in this game so far, it's instant offense. 2 straight buckets for him.
4 minutes. We're midway through the first quarter. It is a 15-4 lead. Dump it down in the corner. Drive getting away. Was gonna hammer it and then decided I'm gonna lay it in. He did. Chase for the bucket.
Better to make sure you get the 2, even though the dunk can be fun.
In the corner to Bateman. Bateman, they double him up. He gets it out high to Hopper. Hopper working around more on the near wing. Into the high post. Kick it cross court. Alone. Bateman, 3 on the way. Crossed and off. No good. Rebound underneath. Taken away by the Thunder. Sampson, cross-court pass now to Chase. Chase holds on. Bateman's out on him. Chase drive, nice move. A little runner in the lane, up and good.
Ooh, I like that move. That looked like a little Steph Curry there. Crossover, fade away, and teardrop it in.
Ball comes in to get it to Hopper. Quickly ahead to Moore. Moore races into the forecourt. Now turn. Skip it over to Bateman. Bateman sees down the lane, goes in, put it up and in.
Wow. Their defense has been pretty good, Desert Hills, this season. Right now, the defense is a little porous.
Yeah, quite porous. And up, good, counted and one. What a hard drive to the hole there as Alex Sampson got away. Kind of flipped it up in the air, went high up and came straight down through the bucket. So first 2 points by Sampson.
Must be living right. That was a little bit of a prayer answer, huh?
It was, and the foul is going to be charged on Dallin Brown, his first, 13th foul on Pineview. 2:52 to go, quarter number one on the one-loss scoreboard, 17-10, in and out, no good, as the rebound comes back out for Sampson. Boy, I tell you, Brown in the forecourt has the ball knocked away and stolen. Thunder, there's that great defense, busy hands as Alex Sampson with the ball straight away. Gives it up top of the key now to Thornton. Thornton, angle left, they work it in the corner to Chase. Back out Jolly. Jolly wants to go down the middle, nobody there. Sampson comes out and gets it from him. Angle right side is Trey Rockhill. Rockhill with the ball. Back out now to Chase. Pretty good defense right now by the Pineview Panthers. Good ball movement, but not any opportunity at a shot. Thornton kicks it out to Sampson. Sampson drives, big collision, and we got a walk before the foul.
Yeah, we were looking for our Rocky Mountain collision. Is it a block? Is it a charge? Referee says neither ones. Thank you. We got a block.
That's what we're watching on the replay there. Yeah, something needed to be called. They did call something, so we'll give it.
Probably should have been a foul one way or the other. Not a travel, but because the collision came before the steps. But it's all right. We don't like fouls anyway. There's been four called so far combined.
Yeah, back in the game, Shepard and Moore for the Pineview Panthers with 2 minutes to go. Panthers up 7 here in the first quarter. Moore's bumped and fouled. He did put it up. It actually went through, but it was after being pushed and taking 3 steps, so it won't count.
It was a pretty shot.
It was beautiful. They'll say it was before the shot, so the foul on Rockhill. And Pineview with the ball. Angle, far side. They give it back to Shepard on the angle. We haven't seen Sudwig do much. He had the ball. Now he gives it up. They work across the top of the key, hand it to Moore. Moore starts to the right, steps back, no shot. Bounce it down underneath. Beautiful move around him and won't go down. Tough luck, Shepard.
Not enough English on that one. Need a little more spin on that ball.
Ball to Rockhill on the wing. Sampson straight away. Now Jolly comes out to get it. Drive, hang, shot. No, won't go down. He muscled up, got it up there. With the ball now is Bateman. Bateman drives, feeds it to the baseline. Kicked out, jumper on the way, short on the rim. They're going to let it go out of bounds.
Moore had a really good look at a 3. That's one he usually makes, Mike. I thought we're going to be 20-10 here, but just a little bit to the right.
All right, back in the game now is Kohler for Pineview. And checking out is Mason Chase for the Thunder. Into the game first time is the young guy, Justin Judkins. Sophomore, who's been playing very well. He's getting some varsity experience. Give it out, 3 legs, short in the front of the rim, no good. Ball goes to the floor. We're going to have a jump, and it belongs, they say, Pineview.
Yeah, I remember that big scrum we had on the opening tip.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Desert Hills did finally come away with that one, so Pineview will have it. Desert Hills will have it probably when we start the second quarter.
Under a minute to go. Kohler crosses the half-court line, swings a pass nicely in. Back out Shepard. Kohler deep from the left wing, short, no good. They run down the rebound. Back to Bateman. Bateman fakes. Looks for someone. Goes in the corner. Pretty good defense. Now a runner across the lane. We're going to get, I think an offensive foul, but the officials are going to talk it over. And it is going to be a block. Is that right?
Yeah.
We said number 11. Oh, no, maybe.
I just watched the replay here on our TV, and that's a tough call for that defensive player. They get called for the personal because it looked like a charge on the replay, and that's what Wade Turley's saying right now, the official.
Yeah, I think they got Reggie Newby on the personal. Ball comes in. Kohler, nowhere to go. Kicks it out. Sudwig for 3. Yes. Deep 3-pointer. Nicely done, and that's just exactly what he does. Pineview's got to be glad to see that. They've doubled them up now at 20-10 with 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Desert Hills with the ball. Lindstrom out, works left, comes back around the screen, can't get the shot away. Drives in the lane, passes it off, comes loose. And a desperation shot at the buzzer, not anywhere close. And so the end of one. Pineview pretty stoked. They've got the lead, a big one. On the one-loss scoreboard, they're up 20-10. We'll be back with quarter two in a minute.
We have to be responsible ourselves for our minds.
True, right? But that's
we can't palm it off on being unwitting dupes and just say, oh well, it doesn't count because I got played.
Well, we have some unwitting dupes, Jennifer.
We do, but you can't say because we got played by the Russians that we have to redo the election.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this.
It is Pineview doubling up the...
And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Into the forecourt. Gives it up, angle left to Lindstrom. Back out now to Reggie Newby. Drive in, no, a shot, and sure what. Now we got a foul. Foul's going to be charged to Jared Sudwig. That'll be his first personal. And just the fourth team foul against the Panthers.
Yeah, a little body bump by Sudwig, cleared Newby out. Newby got it up on the glass. Really never had much of a chance to go in, but at least he gets free throws, although the first one might. No good.
Yeah, left it a little bit short, kind of couple of bounces, and off it went. That's just the second free throw for now the third one. It's that first good. So 1 out of 3 at the line for the Thunder, and it is now 20-11 into the forecourt. They have numbers. Get it away. Sudwig's open three-pointer. Roston off, no good. Battle for the rebound. Last touch, they say. I believe that they ruled that it was Kohler who touched it.
Not very often Jared Sudwig misses an open three there, Mike. Got a really good look from the baseline. Just a little long.
Trevin Lindstrom. Straight away now to Chase. Chase drives in the corner. Ripped out of there. Hello, said Sudwig. Wow, he got all of that one.
A call for the foul on the last one. This time he anticipates the three. Newby a little bit slow on the delivery. And he came out hard and swatted that into the cinder blocks over there. Watch this block for those on the replay, Mike. He sees it.
Took it right off his hands. Good job. All right, they get the ball in now to Thornton. Thornton swings it up top. Lindstrom. Lindstrom looks down low. Nobody there. They sweep it inside. Kick to the corner. Chase travel. Yep. Took off, but he got like 2 steps before the ball got to the ground.
Good move. We knew what he was going to do. And actually, if he puts the ball down right away, he's still got the same move and doesn't get called for the walk.
Yeah, I agree. All right, full court pressure coming from Desert Hills. They nearly throw it away. They got to get it across. They just beat the 10 o'clock, or the 10 o'clock, 10-second line. And they now work the offense. We played 1 minute in the second quarter, and it's 1-0 in this quarter, 20-11 overall. Angle left. They want to go low. Can't do it. Drive in the lane, hand it back. Now Kohler thinks about the three. Travel, got away. Wow, I thought he got away with it. Nope, he didn't.
He did for a second.
Yeah. And actually, they probably could have got him for a push off as well. But they got him for the travel. So T.O. gives the ball right back to the Thunder. Minute 15 and 1 point so far scored.
We're tracking to maybe not have one-on-one free throws. There's only been 7 combined fouls in about 10 minutes of play.
Across the top of the key, Desert Hills. That's a Holmes. Holmes give it up angle right to Thornton. Thornton back to Holmes. Dive, battle for the ball. Jump ball. And it's going to be...
Should be back to Pineview.
Desert
Hills started the quarter with the ball. So.
And it is.
Already had 2 held balls in this game, Mike.
Wow. It's no doubt. It's hotly contested. That's my 2 words for tonight. Hotly contested. I got a couple of good teams right now. Can I say this? I'm going to. Pymie's a little bit gooder.
Gooder?
Too good. Turn Kohler off that glass with a bucket.
You got to know who you're guarding. That's a left-hander. They played the right hand. He had the easy spin with the left.
The other end drive to the hole, no good. Battle, and did he save it? No. Boy, great hustle. I was a little bit worried there. I thought for a minute Kohler would have face planted in that cement wall, but apparently he's all right. I think he used the cheerleader to kind of cushion the hit.
There's a replay right here. And he missed the cheerleader, but I think he also missed the wall.
I think that's all good. 22-11. Pineview with the lead. Desert Hills with the ball. Get it in. Nice quick catch and shoot. 12-footer from the right angle, up and in Lindstrom.
Yeah, they need more from him. He had a quiet game the other night. They need him to score often.
And a little push shot in the lane. Nicely done. Headed in was Kohler, and then he just stopped. A little push shot was down.
That's what makes Pineview so dangerous. Who knew Kohler was going to have a big game? He's already had a great first half.
They go inside, working for the shot somehow. Goes to the left hand. Munson hooks it up and in.
Yeah, Keegan Munson is a kid that is just going to get better and better and better.
D3 across the lane, no good. Rebound pulled down by Shepard. Shepard in the forecourt, little crossover, shoved off, got away with a big push and lays it up and in. Wow. He reached out with that arm and just cleared the lane, and they gave it to him. Now we have a foul on the inbound pass. I want to see the foul because, well, I won't say it, but it might. Yeah, okay. I'll just move on.
Chase got away with one there. Yeah. Or maybe he didn't get away with it.
Maybe he didn't get away. He got the foul on him, so. That's the fourth team foul on Desert Hills. 5:15 to go here in the first half of action. And we're seeing a lot of that action. Bateman, nice move, drive to the hole, put it up on the glass, won't go down. But he's going to go to the free throw line.
I think he was ready to do the old flex, like I'm strong enough to get that and make a basket even when I got fouled, because he did get fouled hard, but he didn't go in for him. But that's a good basketball play right there. You take the contact, you hit hard. We see that in the NBA all the time. Guys that can finish through those fouls.
That one bounced out of there. By the way, Carson Thornton with the foul. That's his second. He'll go to the bench as Reggie Newby back in.
And Thornton didn't get cheated on that foul.
No,
that was a real legit hard foul.
And got that one. So 1 for 2 at the line for Bateman. 3 points in the game. And with 5:09 to go here in the second quarter, now 25-17. Thunder with the ball. Sampson's back in. Sampson ranges to the right side. Ball knocked away, but it does go off Pineview. Last touchdown, I think, was Michael Moore.
A little backdoor pass, wouldn't go, got tipped away. Lucky for the Thunder, Pineview touched it.
Ball comes in. Munson leans, turns, give it off, and driving to the hole, reach and a foul. Sampson will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that time Brooksby coming off of Munson, trying to make a play on the ball, just got a little bit too much arm there. But Brooksby is one guy, you think he's a kicker in the football scene. Kickers, they're not very strong. But Connor Brooksby is a strong kid. And he's been able to match things up with Munson. See him right there, but watch him kind of sneak his hand in there.
And both free throws up and good by Sampson. So Sampson hits a pair. He missed one earlier. He has 4 points in the game. The lead now down to 7. It's been up at 11. 25-18. Pineview with the ball. Brown out on the angle left, midway to the corner. Couple of dribbles. Hands it off Hopper. They bounce down low. Brown double pump, fall away. Got it!
Imagine if he had devoted his whole time to basketball, not football, how good he'd be.
Yep. Boy, nearly losing the ball out of bounds. Somehow he corrals it and hangs on. That's Chase. Long cross-court pass. Sampson open from the corners and air ball. Brown, ahead it goes. Bateman to the wing. Midway the corner, now has to reverse himself. Pivots, drive, nice feed off, and the ball is slammed out of there by Munson. Actually, I swear Munson got it on his way down.
Yeah. I think so. And that's
let's watch it.
Good pump fake here. One guy faked it, but the other guy didn't.
Yeah. All right, Pineview will inbound the ball. Hopper trying to find somebody, and he throws it away.
Actually, I think that you're allowed to touch that because they hadn't touched it yet, but Moore then bounced it off his shin.
Yeah. Moore was just trying to catch up to it and couldn't do it, so the TO give the ball right back to the Thunder. They're within 9 at 27-18. 4 minutes midway through quarter number 2. We've had very few Fabulous Freddy free throws in this one. Nice screen, get it out, Sampson. Sampson backs it up, dumps it in the corner to Chase. Chase drives, collision. Munson reaches, turns, scoop. And no, but a foul. Boy, that rolled all the way across the rim and off the other side. And I believe he got Dallin Brown with a personal.
You know, we can see his feet on this play, this inside play on the replay. He does a good job, I think, of keeping that pivot foot planted, even though he kept moving a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the key in why he didn't get called for a travel.
Munson, free throw up and good for the young man. He has 5 points tonight.
Watch his pivot foot here. Takes one dribble.
Picks it up. Pivot,
left foot,
pivot.
it's still there. Yeah, he kept
like
it planted to the ground.
You're right. Good call. 3:44 to go here in the first half.
And credit to our officials for not calling a walk, because it kind of looked like one, but he kept that left foot in place.
And that one is no good, with a long rebound out to Sampson. So Desert Hills with the ball. Mason loses the ball as he starts to drive. Now kicks it out to Lindstrom. Lindstrom works left. Stop, pull up, triple. Back rim, no good. And there's an over the back as Alex Sampson went up strong, gets the foul.
Pretty easy call.
Yeah.
You know, Sampson, one of your leaders, your senior guys, you need him not to make those silly fouls.
16 fouls on each team now with 3:28 to go. We may just get into the bonus free throws.
Well, we were doing good for a while, keeping our fouls down, but now they picked up.
Hopper across the top of the key, kicks to Kohler, back to Hopper. Hopper looks down low, gets it off to Sudwick. Sudwick's back to Hopper. 3:10 to go now in the first half. Sudwick, boy, Lindstrom is all over him. They double him up, give it away. Wanted to go underneath, now they do. Turn, spin, double pump, nice move, got it up and in. What a good job by Connor Brooksby underneath.
Same thing, keep that pivot foot tacked to the floor and you can move anywhere you want.
Yeah. He did a couple of pirouettes, but only on the one pivot foot there, so he did a good job. Ball is tipped, taken away, and a foul. Sampson, I believe, lost the ball and will pick up the foul. It is. That is number 2 on Alex Sampson.
The underrated Ryan Hopper, the point guard, and I don't know if he's underrated or not. I don't feel like he gets enough credit because he is one heck of a point guard.
He is, absolutely. He averages 6.5 a game, which I think for your point guard who does a lot of distributing, that's pretty doggone good.
And you throw in about 5 assists a game and a couple of steals a game, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, this guy's pretty important.
And he'll snag you a few rebounds just for good luck there. Hopper at the line, rattled down and back out again. Would not stay down. Hopper hasn't scored in tonight's game, and it's a 10-point lead right now for the Panthers. 2.5 minutes to go. Ball comes back up now to Holmes, who's in the game. Holmes has Hopper on him, one-on-one, top of the key. Holmes keeps the dribble alive, looking, bounce it, turn around, about a 16-footer, down low, no good. Ball is tapped away, battle for the rebound, ripped out of there. Good job by big number 14, Brooksby.
That's a kicker with some guts. Here's a 3.
Yep. Boy, went down and came back out again. Bateman's just about a half an inch off. Beautiful moves, Chase drive, feed it under the lane. Ball is tapped, taken away. Good steal again by Hopper. Hopper 1 against 3, spin, turn, hook it up, almost went down. Now that would have been play of the game. Stop it right there.
Yep, we'd have had our AWP already done, and it's only the second quarter.
Wow, but it didn't go down, so the score stays a 10-point deficit. Holmes now turns, scoop it up, and it won't go down. And great position again, Brooksby underneath for another rebound.
I feel like Pineview tempo-wise has won the first half because they're speeding Desert Hills up, and they don't have the shooters that Pineview has, so the speeding up it really plays right into the Panthers' hands.
Bateman on the angle, fakes, now works left, brings it back out, feed it up top, Hopper. Minute 18 to go in the half. Hopper to Sudweeks, right side. Sudweeks around the screen. He'll step in, give it back, drive low. Bad pass. Somehow Kohler hangs on Around the horn they go. Thought we had a 3 coming, but very patient, this team. And finally, Eve says, I want to talk to those boys. Bring them over here.
Yeah, probably a good timeout because it felt like, you felt like there would be somebody open. But Desert Hills really did a good job of staying with their man, Mike.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to keep it right here. We just have a quick break, and then we'll be right back, and we're 1 minute away from halftime. Thanks again to Utah Gastroenterology. It really does pay, folks, if you have any concern at all to get in, especially if you're 50 and or above.
And I am.
And I am too.
Go get that colonoscopy, and detect if there is any problem, they can detect it early, and pretty much save your life.
Yeah, so much is preventable, or at least can be treated very early. So get her done. Gastroenterology, we certainly appreciate them. Give them a call. Go to Utah Gastroenterology or
UtahGastro.com.
There you go. All right, with exactly 1 minute to go, Panthers with a 10-point lead. Give the ball into Moore. Moore around a high screen. He finds a crease, goes all the way to the hole, put it up and in. Wow. He just never stopped.
And nobody stepped up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those maybe you take a charge on. Nobody did.
No backside help at all. He got around his man, 31-19. And a collision, and counted and one. Foul's going to be charged on Bateman.
It's Newby.
Or Newby.
No, Newby with the bucket.
Right, it was Bateman on the foul, and Coach Eves was not happy with that one. Second foul on Gavin Bateman. And a free throw is good. We got another foul. And I'm not sure what the...
They're going to call it on Shepard, I think, and that could be a chance for maybe a 5 or 6 point play for Desert Hills, because they made the free throw, and they'll get the ball back and maybe more free throws.
Now Eves is trying to figure out what the heck are you guys doing now?
They called him. It should be on Shepard. That's who he.
Yeah, they haven't put it up on there yet.
But Desert Hills gets the ball back after completing a 3-point play. They hit a 3 here. It's a 6-point play, Mike. Or they hit a 3 and get a foul. They can have a 7-point play.
Still waiting. Who shot the free throw?
That was a newbie that got the 3-point play.
Yep. And they're still trying to work this one out. 43 and a half seconds ago. Here's what it is.
I'm not sure how they...
Oh, I'll tell you.
Looked like Chase pushed Shepard down.
I agree with that one. That's what it looked like in our replay here. Now the officials are getting back together. It was number 11 versus number 11.
I guarantee there was a foul on number 11.
There you go. We're playing it safe here, folks, which, of course, is either Chase or Shepard. They put it up there.
It should be more free throws is what it should be. It should be 1-and-1 free throws. That was a rebounding foul. If they're calling it on Pineview, it should be actually either team, because it wasn't a player control, so there should be free throws here for whoever the foul was committed on.
Now Shepard is going off. He may have a little scratch or some blood. They sent him off the court.
That's Chase, Mason Chase.
Or Chase, I mean, yeah. Maybe a little blood on his hand there, so he'll go sit down. But he's the guy that was supposed to shoot free throws.
The official's explaining it to Coach Turley. Coach Turley's like, no, I'm good with it. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's our ball, and
here,
we scored.
Put this really good free throw shooter in for me, would you? And the guy that's coming in is the sophomore.
I don't think they're going to give him free throws, which makes no sense, Mike.
You're right.
It was a rebounding foul, and even though it was coming off of a dead ball, it was a live ball. Once you shoot the free throw, it's a live ball. It should be 1-and-1 free throws for the Thunder.
Well, the officials are still talking it over. I'm not sure they're sure. Nonetheless, we have spent 2.5 minutes on 15 seconds of clock time. There we go. It is a 1-and-1, Andy. If they just listen to you.
Yeah.
Now they got to decide who's going to shoot the free throw.
I have 2 teenage daughters. You think anybody listens to me, Mike? Nobody listens to me. I'll tell you, I can't get no respect.
Yeah, there you go. All right, waiting now to see who. Oh, they're going to.
They can bring whoever they want in because Chase had to go into the trainer's room to get the blood taped up and
they
stuff.
brought in Judkins. Now they're going to pull Judkins.
Put Lindstrom in to shoot the free
throws. Put Lindstrom in. And Eves is going to say, what's going on over there? And they can't get him in. So now they've switched and put Jolly at the line. right, I'm lost. I got to tell you.
He was already in the game.
And I don't understand how he can go shoot. And I think that's what Eves was talking about. Nonetheless, here we go. Spencer Jolly, first trip to the line tonight, and it's good. Okay, paid off there for the Thunder. Down by 8, 31-23 with just 43 seconds remaining.
But it was just 12, Mike, just moments ago.
Yep.
Just seconds ago before this whole fiasco.
Coming up, he got them both. Wow. 5 points.
Yeah, 5-point play makes it from 12 down to 7.
Hopper with the ball, walks it up into the forecourt, veers right side, nearly throws it away. Sedgwick somehow hangs on to the ball. And now we've got too much aggressive play there and a foul. Foul's going to be charged to Lindstrom. That's his first, I think, tonight it is.
Yeah, he got right up in Sedgwick's grill and wouldn't back off even when Sedgwick's made a move around him. And Pipen's got to make these free throws, though.
Yep, and there's the guy to do it right there as Sedgwick. That's just his 4th point. He got a deep 3 early, and now he's 1 for 1 from the line. And one more coming up for Sedgwick. Lead is 8, the lead is 9. Jared Sedgwick with 5 in the game. 30 seconds to go.
This is a huge possession, Mike. 30 seconds to go. They'll play for 1. If they can come out of here with a 2 or a 3, we got ourselves a game going into halftime.
They do need something. Trailing 9, they're just going to hold on to it. Lindstrom way out there with the ball. 13 seconds. 10, now they start to move. Give it straight away, Chase. Chase around a high screen, backs it out. 7 seconds. Drive, hang, dumps it down underneath. Bad pass saved. Over the top, nearly went down. And did we get a foul before?
Nope.
No. Whistle the umpire put his hand up, but didn't call the foul. Just said first half over. Well, there you went. Wild and Woolley. Andy, that was a big first half of basketball.
Yeah, you know, in Desert Hills, maybe if you're the half glass full kind of a guy, you can say, hey, we're down 7 or 9 at the half, but it was up there a little bit higher. In fact, we almost got blown off of our own court. We're still in this thing.
All right, we'll take the break. We'll take a 90-second break coming up. We'll be back, take a look at the stats, have some of the highlights coming your way at the half. And it is 33-24 in favor of Pineview. We are back in 90.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hi, welcome back to the Infowest.com halftime. And at the half, it is a 9-point lead at 33-24 for the Pineview Panthers. They led by 10 at the half, or the quarter, 9 here at the half. Just quick, your thoughts on half number 1, Andy.
Well, before I jump into that, how about I give you a couple of Hurst Ace Hardware Region 9 updates. Hurricane and Cedar going at it, and a great game right now. Just before halftime, Cedar 27 and Hurricane 26. Again, this is not your father's Cedar team. What I mean by that is they got Dallin Grant back. That makes them so much better. And then Dixie High on the road at Canyon View with a good first half. The Flyers lead the Canyon View Falcons 29-24 at intermission in that basketball game. And here we've got again a 33-24 lead at the break. Pineview on top. Your updates brought to you by Hurst Ace Hardware on the corner of Boulevard and Bluff and on Main Street in Cedar City.
I take a quick rundown on our scoring, our stats once again brought to you by Wilkinson. On the Wilkinson's stat line, leading scorer in the first half is Mason Chase for the Thunder with 6 points. They really spread the scoring out here with a lot of folks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in on scoring. 4 points, Sampson, 2 points, Lindstrom, 6, I said for Chase, 4 points to Reggie Newby, 4 points also Spencer Jolly. I have 5 now for Keegan Munson. 2 buckets, 1 for 2 from the line. Not a lot of free throw shooting, but they made the best of it. So they got 2, 4, 6, 7 out of a 7 out of 10, I think, is what I have unofficially here for them. For the Pineview Panthers, again, a couple of players, but Jared Kohler, really the guy who has stepped up with 11 here in half number 1. 2 points, Connor Brooksby. 4 points, Michael Moore. 3 for Gavin Bateman. Just a bucket. 2 for Shepard. 0 for 1 on the line for Hopper. 5 points, Jared Sudweeks, and 6 for Dallin Brown. He played sparingly, but again, when he's in, he does things. So there you have 9-point lead for the Panthers. 33-24.
Yeah, really the big run in the first half came right at the beginning. I really felt like that Pineview came out ready to play. Desert Hills came out a little tentative. Pineview played fast. They were trying to get out on the fast break. Every rebound, they had a couple of guys bleeding out on the 2 wings. And Pineview started this game with a 13-2 advantage. Kohler had 5 points, actually 7 points in that early run. Dallin Brown had a bucket. Michael Moore had a bucket in there, and it was just a really good start for Pineview. In fact, Desert Hills, since that point, actually leads in the game 22-20. But when you start 13-2, you got a little cushion.
Hey, dude, I agree with you. The enthusiasm, the drive, the hard work paid off early for Pineview. We have a game now. Saying that, Desert Hills being down 9 on their home court of the half, obviously that ain't good, folks, and they got still quite a hole to come out from because Pineview's obviously not going to let up on the pressure. So here at the half, again, a 9-point lead for the Pineview Panthers. And we mentioned leading scorer in the first half is Jared Kohler. And, Jared Kohler there for a minute, he's like, look out, he took over. And he had 7 points in a very short amount of time out of the number 4 in the second quarter.
Halftime brought to you by InfoWest, the internet people. They've got a couple of great little things going on there. Besides high-speed internet, web design, tech support, they have 2 things, clean internet and speed burst. Check them out at Infowest.com. And, of course, our stats tonight brought to you by Wilkinson's. Go see the experts, lights, fans, and fixtures, plus unique items like games and much more at Wilkinson's across from Fiesta Fund in St. George. And, Mike, I can't say enough about the way Pineview started this game. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the way, but I really feel like their start is what's propelled them. And right now they got that 9-point edge.
Absolutely. I just want to take a quick look ahead to this coming Friday night. Once again, another big doubleheader right here on 97.7 ESPN. It'll be Snow Canyon hosting Canyon View. And Snow Canyon obviously has the night off. They got the bye night tonight. They really, at home, they have, well, there's no way to say. They either win that or I'm afraid it may be over for them. And then another good game, Dixie and Cedar going at it. And that'll be at Dixie, 7 o'clock. Andy and I will be there, tip-off, 7 o'clock on our sister station, KDXU.
Just finally got a halftime score from that Hurricane game. Hurricane, after trailing by 10 early, they had to start similar to ours. Cedar got up big early. The Tigers have stormed back, and they lead 28-27 at halftime. That game again on our sister station, News Talk 94.9, 890 KDXU. And Devin and Andy are there with the call on that one right here. We've got a 9-point game.
All right, and Let us take a 90-second break, and we'll be back with the second half of action. Halftime activities going on. 9-point lead right now for the Panthers. We're back with the second half in 90.
Okay, we are inviting you to join us for Talking Point Live.
Coming to you, not necessarily live, but tape delayed on the Community Education Channel at 9:30, 12:30, and 4:30 daily, from what I understand. But you can also pick it up on our Facebook page at facebook.com/TalkingPointLive.
And respond to us, right?
Please,
on
let
Facebook.
us know, because it's important to understand not only how our conversation is going, but maybe how is it affecting you at home as well. All right? Eric Young,
Jennifer Kohler.
Talking Point Live. We'll see you.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
And we welcome you back once again. Desert Hills, I just realized they didn't give them any chance. Hopefully, maybe they've still got the highlights of this first half keyed up. Guys, if you got them in the truck, let's run them right now. Take a look. First half highlights coming here at the half.
There's the big redhead, one of the big redheads. That was the opening bucket of the game, Jared Kohler.
He's trying
telling
to quiet
the crowd to quiet down, yeah.
Ball comes loose. They go right back out. A quick flip ahead. And Shepard down leads it up and in. This was nice. A little hard, but it settled back on the rim. Drop through. Pineview finally breaking through. Here's Brown, and again, instant offense.
Yeah, they really moved the ball well early on. Once Desert Hills settled down, started going inside, getting easier buckets like that one, and the one by Munson and that one by Mason Chase, they got a lot better, Mike.
Yeah,
I like how about that move right there? A little teardrop fade.
Yeah.
Looked like Steph Curry.
Yeah, there's a nice little dipsy-doodle drive up the middle. Everybody's just doing things well. Inside kick out. There's the big block out of there. Jared Sudwick says, I ain't happening.
Pineview, though, held serve. They actually got a cut within 7, but Kohler, the lefty, great move inside. Little bank shot there by DB Dallin Brown. He's a D1 football player, not a bad hoopster either.
Yep.
Another D1 football player, Connor Brooksby, going to kick field goals next year for somebody in college football.
You know, let's give a little credit, and you mentioned it actually during that first half. I want to give credit to the officials. I think it's been a pretty well called game because there's several plays that may have looked like something, but you and I, and thank you to the guys in the truck, we see the replays, realize no, they did not travel, and the officials are down there. Sometimes it's an easy call. Whoop, looked like he could have traveled. Let's blow the whistle, but they didn't, and I think it's been a pretty good all-around game here. So, again, at the half, it's 33-24, 9-point lead for the Panthers. All right, what do we expect here in the first part of half two, Andy?
Well, I can tell you this right now. If Desert Hills comes out a little flat-footed again, let's Pineview get off to a 12-2 start. We're in blowout city, and you and I could go home and let Marcus call the second half or something.
There we go.
Although I don't know about the beard.
No,
but,
okay. Now we got to turn the cameras around and show the beard here. Anyway, you're right. I agree with you 100%. Now, that's not saying it's going to happen, but it's saying that cannot happen like it did at the beginning. We saw this Pineview Panther team take apart the Hurricane Tigers, now minus one of their big players in Scott, but still, they just get rolling. They feed off of each other as they did in the early start here. So Desert Hills, they've got to play solid, and they need somebody to step up. Now, a lot of guys have scored. Boy, you look at that. 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, 2. That's good distribution in the first half.
Yeah, it's just, they got a lot of guys scoring. They need a lot of guys to score more though.
Yeah.
Right now, as they trail by 9. And kind of echo the words that Coach Turley said in the first before the game. He said, if we let them get up in the mid, the 60s and even to the 70s, we're not going to win this game. I don't think Desert Hills has the ability against Pineview to score 60, maybe 70 points. And I think he's absolutely right. I think they've got to buckle down on defense. They give up another 33 in the second half. This game's over. Pineview's going to win it.
Yeah, I was going to say, of course, it's easy to do. They're pacing for 48, under 50 in the ball game. So here we go. Timeout at the half as we get ready for the second half of action here. And let's see, the Thunder do start. Alex Sampson here in the second half. He's out there joining Chase and Lindstrom. And Munson also getting the start, so they've kind of swapped a few people around. Looks like same starting 5 for the Pineview Panthers.
Thornton and a starter out there, and Lindstrom and Chase, and two bench guys now starting the second half.
Drive, hang, high arcing shot off the rim, no good. Inside, nice rebound by Shepard.
That's a shot Chase has got to make.
Yeah.
He got the shot he wanted, he just didn't finish it.
Hopper works left, tries to reverse himself back out. Nice job on the defense. Get it up to Kohler. Kohler look down low, nobody there. Round now to Sudwig. Sudwig drives in, kicks out. Pretty good defense right now. Work, hold, push shot, in and out, no good, won't stay down. Both teams have missed their first shot here in the second half. As Lindstrom out high, works it on the left wing, down in the corner now to Sampson. Sampson hangs, looks for Chase, has him. Chase takes a screen, nice quick crossover move. Good pass, inside kick out. And boy, look at that, maybe overpass, but getting the ball, finally Munson settles at home.
Yeah, did a good job of not traveling. Good pass, was patient with it.
33-26, 7-point lead. Good start this half for Desert Hills. They needed that, as now Pineview. Angle left is Moore. Moore steps back, 3 on the way, got it!
That's a killer.
Wow, Michael Moore, his first 3 of the game.
You mentioned they needed a good start, and giving up an open 3 and a look like that, not what you want if you're Coach Turley.
That's right. Chase starts the drive, cut off, gets it back outside, now to Lindstrom. Lindstrom right down the middle, backs it out, holds on. Drive, Thornton around, put it up and one.
He did a great job of protecting the basketball, using his left hand to shade away the defender. Watch this on the replay, those on TV. See, he actually maybe even could have been called for an offensive foul as he kept the defender away with his left and shot it with his right.
Sudwig gets the foul, his first. Trying to get the three-pointer the old-fashioned way, and he does. Shot is up and good, and that's the first 3 points of the night for Carson Thornton. Hopper into the forecourt, drives right side, midway the corner, round a screen, now backs the dribble out, looks into the lane, wants somebody, nobody there, into Moore in the corner. Moore waits for the screen, gets it, nice give and go. Whoa, what happened?
Oh man, he got hit hard and no foul.
He got killed inside. Eves can't believe it. And we got to travel at the other end.
Maybe make it call.
Let's watch it.
Munson hammered him good.
Yes, he did.
Came down hard. Shepard, though, to his credit, jumps up and goes back and plays defense.
Absolutely. So substitution, though, he's hurt, Andy. He's going to the bench.
Yeah, tweaked his knee a little, but I don't think it's anything serious.
He'll be back, but he's going to have to sit down and feel a little bit to rest that one up. Ball comes up to Brown, who checked into the ball game. Underneath, Brown back to the bucket, kicks it back out. Moore thinks the 3, drives to the lane. Now looks for help. Long cross-court pass in the corner. It goes Hopper. Hopper brings it out. Sampson jumps out on him, straight away to Brown. They want to go over the top. Brown will penetrate, drive to the hole, put it up and in. Dallin Brown.
That's so hard to defend because he gets so far off the ground and the ball's released right at this height.
That was against Munson, was it not? He went right at the big guy there. 38-29, deep 3 is good. Mason Chase.
Yeah, they needed that. They don't want to get in a horse game with Pineview, but You hit that, you get that open look, you got to hit it.
That's down to a 6-point lead. That's about as close as they have been. Brown will try to respond. They say foot on the line. It's a 2-pointer.
He made 1 3 this year. That was almost a second.
That was really close. Down to Munson. Munson spins, and the guy got knocked to the floor. No call. Munson lays it up and in.
Things are getting a little more physical, Mike.
Very physical. 4:23 to go, quarter 3, 41-34. Kohler, Sudweeks thinks about the 3. Now he drives, step back, finds Brown. Brown fakes right, goes left, kicks back. Kohler, drive, penetration, in between, put it in, count it, and 1.
Again, it's the whole left-handed thing. Everybody's playing him to play with the right hand, and Kohler goes in with the left. That's his natural side, and then he just kind of gets whacked. See, they're playing his right hand. Easy foul call for the official.
Foul's going to be charged. I believe Peyton, no, it's going to be called on Chase. Second foul on Mason Chase.
That might be a nominee for, depending on what else happens, our AWP play of the game. Great move by Kohler in the finish in the and 1.
And very timely. Now the lead's back to 8 and could be 9 as well. So Jared Kohler won't go down. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Pineview.
He actually got away with the lane violation there. He saw that he had missed it and left early. He knocked it out of bounds anyway, so I guess no harm there. But
poetic justice.
He left way early.
42-34 with 4 minutes now to go. Thornton straight away. Kicks it on the angle, left side, back up straight away. Round the horn it goes to Holmes. Holmes back to Chase. He steps, fires into the corner. 3 ball, good. Wow.
Uh-oh, here come the Thunder.
Carson Thornton with the excuse me, that's not Carson.
Yeah,
it is.
24,
it was.
Thornton.
All right, I wrote it and double checked myself. Pass into the forecourt. Moore drives, kick it back. Brown's wide open, almost traveled. Gets it in the corner. That deep 3 is on, but taken away. Bateman looking for help. Fall away, won't go down. Rebound hauled in by Shepard. Into the forecourt was the other 11, Chase.
If they can hit a bucket here, we got a 1-possession game.
42-37. The lead is 5. Drive, collision. Should be an offensive charge. It is.
There are 2 guys in this region that excel in taking charges. One is Spencer Jolly of Desert Hills. The other one is that guy right there, Connor Brookley. Watch him. He just sets up, plants his feet.
Yep.
Easy charge.
Yep.
Although it looked like it kind of hurt.
Kevin Lindstrom with the drive. He gets the foul. And full court pressure, man-to-man pressure. Now by the Desert Hills Thunder. Hopper into the forecourt. Works to the left wing, midway the corner. Waiting for a screen. Can't get a good defense out there as they hang with him. Brooksby across the top of the key. Feed it inside. Kick out. Brown loses the ball. Comes loose on the floor, and they hang on. Throw it back. That used to be a travel. Now it's not so much anymore. And there's the foul. And Bateman's not happy. Bateman says he grabbed me, and the official said number 12 on the foul there, please. So that will be number 3, Gavin Bateman. Wow.
A little too much dribbling there. We see on the replay by Brown. They were able to tip the ball away. Some contact, but I think a good no call there. And ball goes over on the turnover. Now Desert Hills, again, another chance to make it a 1-possession game.
Shepard's back in. Good to see him. He went out kind of a little gimpy on that knee. He's back. Brown sits down.
And they've changed the tempo. Desert Hills has slowed this thing down and made it more. They're kind of a knockdown, drag-out kind of a game.
Yep. Now that's why they're one of the reasons they're back to within 5. Thornton angle left. Give it out to Holmes. Holmes starts to drive back to Thornton. Thornton got it. 2 balls by Thornton, but it's good nonetheless. And Carson Thornton, Andy, has 2, 4, 7, 8 points here in the quarter. Quick 30-second break, 2:16 to go. The lead is 3. We're back in 30.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience, mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
welcome back. Here we go. 2:15 in quarter three. It's a 3-point ball game as the Thunder have worked their way right back into it. Hopper inside kick out. More wide open triple. Crossed and off. No good. Rebound taken down by the Thunder.
Well, they got the shot they wanted. Just wouldn't fall. And now Thunder with a three can tie this thing up.
Thornton. Little dipsy doodle. Shot no good. And that should be a foul. And it is. That good foul is going to be charged to Desert Hills. Mason, that's 3 on Chase.
It was 36-26, Mike. So right now a 13-6 run for the Thunder. Pineview hasn't scored in a little while either. Their last bucket came at about the 4:10 mark. So almost, 2.5 to almost 3 minutes.
Hopper into the forecourt. Gets a little room between he and the defense. Underneath a long little scoop shot. Wide open that time was Jared Kohler.
He's having a game, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He now has 15 points in the game. 1:25 to go. The lead up to 6 now. And they're going to call him for a carry. Looked like it might have been a foul, but the official said, let's watch it here.
Yeah, he carried that ball. When he did the spin move, he brought it all the way around. That's not legal.
Yep.
Good call by the official.
Ball into Hopper. Hopper is, I tell you what, Peyton Holmes is taking this thing personal. He and Hopper been going at it all night long. Not mean, not nasty, just good stuff. Inside drive, and again, Kohler gets away, lays it up and in.
Same deal, left hand, left side, defender playing the right side. You're used to that, and you got it.
Wow, at the other end, a quick strike. Reggie Newby for 3.
Newby kind of coming out of nowhere.
He's shooting that one. He felt good about it. Hopper quickly, now he backs it out with 50 seconds to go. It's a 4-point lead, and a reach and a foul. Foul on Newby. He doesn't like it. Reggie gets his second personal.
The Thunder, if they can hang on here in the last 46 seconds of the quarter, have a mission accomplished in the third.
Yes.
They've changed the tempo and they've gotten back into this game.
They trailed by 9 going into this quarter. And they try to get it in. Finally, they do come out, get it to Kohler. Kohler swings it up top to Moore all the way down. Inside kick out. Stolen away. On his way. Holmes to the hole. Put it up and in.
That's a big, big turnover. We got a 2-point game.
And that's the first bucket of the night for Peyton Holmes. Nice time to come up with that one. Hopper says, we got one shot, boys. Backs it out. 20 seconds to go. 46-42. And right now, Desert Hills is fine. You stay out there. Man-to-man defense by the Thunder. Hopper nearly throws it away. Gets it in, and now the ball is stripped. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Desert Hills with 4 seconds to go.
Don't have to catch and shoot. You can get the ball in and still make a drive or make that extra pass. Pineview does not need to panic here.
And timeout. And a couple of the players, a lot of pushing and shoving. They're talking to Kohler and Thornton.
That'll give them a chance to get Lidstrom out for a little rest. Judkins comes in for defensive purposes.
Judkins will be on the guy to inbound the ball across the way, get it into Hopper. He circles around. He goes down, forces the shot. Bad shot, but he did draw the foul with .2.
And if their point guard's trying to hit a runner from the right side from 12 feet out, let him have that shot. Why are you fouling? You can make a case, well, there wasn't a foul, but there shouldn't have even been contact there. Let him have that. Was a prayer as the clock was expiring.
Newby with his 3rd foul. It's also the 5th team foul. And a shot no good by Hopper. Hopper is 0 for 2 tonight, Andy, with 0 points.
He wrapped his right arm around him, too, on that foul.
Second one on the way, and he got that one. So 1 for 2 from the line. Makes it a 3-point difference. That's it. Third quarter in the books. We're going to the 4th and a 3-point ball game. And let's take the break. A 60-second break coming up. 3-point lead on the one-loss scoreboard. Back in 1.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. there is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I bring the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
Welcome back. We'll catch up in other games in a moment. Here, a 3-point lead. Pineview with the ball and the lead. Hopper across the top of the key, drives right side. Now reverses, back on the angle left. Straight away, Sudwick. Sudwick hasn't got much. Good looks. Kohler turns, spin, and they call Kohler for the travel. Turnover. Give the ball right back to the Desert Hills Thunder. Chance to get it closer, tie the game.
Perkin having a great third quarter. They now have a 10-point lead. Dixie up 6 on Canyon View on a Hearst States Hardware scoreboard. That's the end of 3.
Feed down the middle, stolen away. Good hustle that time by Shepard. Coast, we get it to Kohler. He lays it in, and a foul on Chase, and that's number 4 on Mason Chase. Wow. Big turnaround there.
Great hustle by Shepard on the steal. Gets it up ahead. And then the lefty again gets the foul. Man, I love those left-handers. I'll tell you what, I haven't played a lot of my life. I hate playing lefties. They're so hard to guard. Everything's back.
And the lefty is long and thin and athletic, and he makes it tough, and he buries the three-point play. He's 3 out of 4 from the line. 2, 4, 6, 8, 19, for 20 points in the game. Back-to-back big nights for that young man.
It was Moore, Michael Moore, that was huge the other night.
That's right, yeah.
27 for him. That's what makes Pineview so hard to play. On a given night, it could be anybody.
You got a foul underneath, and I believe they got Kohler for a little hand check. And it is. So that's number 1. That's the first foul on Jared Kohler. Third team, so it'll be out of bounds to the Thunder as Holmes to inbound it. Comes in to Munson. Munson working. He did travel. Tried to hold it. That time the nail came loose.
You're right. You got to nail that pivot foot to the floor, and the pivot slid.
Yep. Ball comes in backcourt. Hopper with the ball into the front court. Looks for help. Bounce it on the angle left side. Moore down low. Kohler travel. Boy, he just says, can't believe it. Really? Me? Again? Looks to his coach, and his coach is kind of, come on, official.
I'd like to see his feet on that one. It didn't seem like he did that time.
Trey Rockhill in the game. Gives it up now to Holmes in the corner. Holmes around a man, drive in all alone on the near side. Lindquist 3-ball. Yep.
Lindstrom, from the baseline, and that's big. We got a 3-point game.
That's the first deep ball for Lindstrom. He's got 5 in the ball game. With 6.5 to go, it's 50-47. Give it up in the middle, drive. Kohler hangs, kicks back. Getting around, trying to get Munson up in the air. Can't do it. Looking for help. Finally clears it out to Kohler. Kohler to the right side. Moore, drive, hang. Can't find anybody. Swings it out. Pretty good pacing here by Pineview. They're always giving somebody a target out there with the pass. He'll drive right down the lane. Ball is rejected by Munson, but it goes right to Hopper. Hopper, double team, kicks it out high. Well, we're watching some great basketball, folks. Fake down low, get it back. Right out now to Hopper. Hopper, midway the corner left side. We got a foul underneath. Good job by Kohler. Kohler was shielding off the young Trey Rockhill. Kind of baited him into trying to come around and drew the foul.
Well, here's the swat again. Munson getting way up there. Pretty good drive by Shepard, but when that guy getting as high as Munson is.
That'll put Kohler at the free throw line, shooting a true 1-1.
Yeah, 17th foul.
And the free throw's on the way and good. Kohler, boy, he is lighting them up. 21 points here in the ball game.
And Michael Moore, who had 27 the other night, has 7.
7, yep. Thank you. And a couple of bounces, but it goes down. 5 out of 6 from the line for Jared. And it's back to a 5-point lead, 52-47. 5.5 to go in the ball game. Dump it down in the corner. Payton, ball comes loose. Into the back court, ball still on the roll. Last touch by Pineview. And it should be, do they call a foul?
They're going to call Shepard. He dove in just a little late, Mike, and that's a good call by the official.
Second personal, just the 4th team foul.
I love the hustle by Shepard. Dives in there, but he's already got the ball. You can't do that. Lindstrom is fouled by Shepard.
Lindstrom sits down. Mason Chase sits down for a breather. No, he doesn't. Just Lindstrom. Chase went over and just got a word from the coach. 5-point lead, Rock Hill. Swing it up top to Munson. Munson finds Chase. Chase. Bounce pass. Long cross-court pass to Judkins. Judkins steps in. Little runner in the lane across and off. No good, but knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Desert Hills. I guess they say Munson got a hand on it.
Yeah, and that was actually Thornton on the shot, and he's been the hot hand, so you got to give him a little heat check there.
Yeah.
Couldn't finish.
24, not 34. Hopper quickly bounce it to Sedgwick. Sedgwick's around the high screen, kicks it across the top of the key. They work that far side. Back up, wide open, look at a triple off the arm. No good. Long rebound, though, out to Moore. Michael takes it.
Yeah, two DH players knocked it away from each other.
Yeah. Hopper starts the drive, cut off, turns, spin, keeps it alive. Kick back, Shepard down a barrel. Too hard, no good. He gets his own rebound. Put it up and in.
Yeah, that's going to prompt a timeout by Coach Turley as they've got to talk things over. They had it down to 2, Mike, and now we got a 5-point game, or a 7-point game, excuse me.
1 minute break coming up. We'll take it. 4:26 to go in the game. 54-47. Back in one.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Welcome back. 4:26 to go in the game. We'll hand out the honors at the end of the game with our Playmaker Play of the Game, Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Dex Trusting Player of the Game, and the Jimmy John Super Sub of the game. Appreciate those great sponsors. We got a good one. 54-47. Pineview leading it here in this one.
Hurricane up 13 on Cedar. Dixie only a 2-point lead now on Canyonview late in that game.
Got some good stuff going on. Anybody on any given night. That'll be the new theme of Region 9. Spin. Payton turn off the glass. Won't go down. Ball is rattled around, but it's taken away. And got a foul on the rebound. It's going to be against the Pineview Panthers. They say Michael Moore. That's his first personal.
A few Pineview fans were applauding. They thought it was a rebounding foul on D. Hills. The ref says,
Peyton Holmes inbounding. Oh, they broke down all alone. Chase lays it up and in. He has 11 in the game, and the lead's down to 5. Jumper at the other end. A deep three. Sedgwick buries it.
It's so dangerous. At any moment, that kid could go off for a deep ball.
Wow, that is a Curran Christensen NEI Excel three-pointer from deep. Shot no good. Rebound Pineview. Here they come. Sedgwick wants it, but they work it to the right side. Now they have to reverse it back out. Get it out to Kohler.
And by the way, we reached our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Plateau.
There you
go. Go to Yogurtland tonight and get yourself a free 5-ounce yogurt brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt.
Good move. Get it up to Kohler in the lane. Little turn. Flip it up and in. Shot goes down to Shepard. He has 2 buckets in the quarter, 6 in the game, and suddenly, Andy, it's a 10-point ball game.
Suddenly it's right. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it, Mike. We go to the 3-minute mark. It's a 10-point game.
Peyton drives. Ball knocked away, stolen away. 3 against 1. They get it ahead to the hole. Blocked out of there. Taken down by Chase. And at the other end, Munson hammer dunk. How about that?
That'll fire the crowd up right there. The old slant block and then the slant. Those are the 2 most exciting plays in basketball.
Wow.
Problem is they're still down 8.
That's right. 2:27 to go. Sedgwick's deep in the corner, far side, gets it up to Kohler, nearly throws it away. Last touched, however, by Desert Hills. Boy, that was a quick turn of events. Beautiful dunk, block at one end, all the way to a slam dunk at the
Shepard
other.
should have realized he had a teammate to his right. If he passes it up, chases out of the plane, it's an easy layup.
Trying to get it in. Now they come way out high to Kohler. 2:19 to go in this game. 8-point lead, Pineview. Shepard up top, over top, too tall, and Saban back in, taken away. Peyton loses. Yeah, he actually passed it to himself, didn't he? No good. Lindstrom. Shot comes back deep, and a rebound to Pineview. Now they're in control. Under 2 minutes to go. The lead is 8.
That would have been a game changer.
Yeah.
They really needed that one, but now you're under 2 minutes and down 8.
Yeah.
You got to play perfect basketball.
Turley saying, come out, guys. You can't sit back. Tapped away. They hang on, looking for help. Get it to Shepard. Shepard looks left. Nobody there. Hands it off. Ball is punched into the backcourt. Running back there again is Hopper. Hopper starts to drive. Come around a high screen. Finds Kohler. 1:25 to go.
We're going to have to start fouling, Mike.
Yeah, and now we've got a foul. No, a timeout. Pineview with the lead, 59-51. Short break. Let's keep it here as we watch the, maybe this is the event here.
And he had Kohler all by himself if he gives that up. But great block by Chase, and he sees Munson. And, the best play in basketball, the two-handed flush.
Looking so good. But your point was perfect. That only makes it an 8-point game instead of a 10. So,
and then they just let Pineview run about 35 seconds off the clock, and they still haven't fouled or forced them to shoot or forced a turnover. So, as exciting as that was for Desert Hills, it's only 2 points, and you're still in trouble.
All right, so let's bring you up to date. 59-51. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go in the game. Now, Pineview was led wire to wire in this one. Thunder has made it close a couple of times. They got to within, 3? I think it was close.
2. They got it within 2.
Within 2. All right, Pineview will go deep to Hopper in the backcourt. They double team him. And they give the ball back into the forecourt. Try to pin him out near the half-court line. Ball is stripped away, but saved nicely underneath by Shepard. And looking for help. Out to Shepard. Shepard. Boy, I tell you, a very aggressive defense, but they've got to be right now. Sedgwick's thought about the 3. Feeds it inside, and they're going to call a kick. It is against the Thunder.
Well, we'd reset the shot clock if we had one. We do not.
Andy is trying to get a shot clock in the game.
There should be one in high school. About 35 seconds to do it.
All right, ball comes out to Shepard. Shepard hangs on, looks at Kohler, can't find him. Feeds back to Hopper. 52 seconds, and now we're reaching a foul on Lindstrom. That's his 3rd. That's also the 8th. So it'll be 1-1 coming up.
Yeah, really their only hope at this point, force turnovers or get them to miss free throws.
Yeah.
And you hit 3s at the other end. And Hopper, good free throws. We saw him hit, I think, 11 in a row last year in a game.
Tonight, a little struggle. 1 out of his 3 attempts, and he has just 1 point. He could be a hero right here with a couple of free throws. There's the first one. Hopper.
If you want to play point guard, you better practice your free throws because you're going to get fouled late in the game. You can be the best dribbler in the world, but they're still going to foul you.
One more coming up, trying to make it a double-digit lead. It's on the way, and it's good. He does. 10-point lead for the Pineview Panthers. In the game, Sampson. Alex down the left side, back across the top of the key, looks for help, feeds it out. Deep three, front rim, no good. Rebound Thornton, ball is blocked from behind. Taken away by the Pineview Panthers, and now Alex Sampson has to foul, and it's down to that, Andy.
Yeah, it's down to really
maybe beyond
prayer.
that.
This game's over. It's a 10-point game with 35 seconds. About to take a miracle, but Pineview just, I can't get over that opening run. They never did trail in this game, and you know, it's going to end up being a blowout. It doesn't do justice to what Desert Hills did to come back in this, but yeah, Pineview came out and dictated the tempo early.
Michael Moore hits the front end, the second one on the way, and it's good again, and the deal may have been sealed right there. It's 12 points with 35 seconds. Sampson rolls to his left, looks for help. Lindstrom in, reverses it up and in. Bevan Lindstrom. And a long pass down to Sedgwick. Smartly, he started to drive out. Now reaching a hold is charged to Carson Thornton. And 2 free throws now coming up. I believe that's 10.
That should be number 10.
Yep, there it is. And a good man. I'll tell you what, Jared Sedgwick tonight has 8 points. 2 big key threes, though, and he nails that one. He also was 3 for 3 from the line. One more put him in double digits.
That 3 he hit when they had cut it down, Mike, was one of the big plays in this game.
Yeah, I agree. Jared Sedgwick hits the pair. 18 seconds. Ball is tipped and taken away.
No foul.
Yep.
Let it run. It's over.
Pineview is going to win this one on the road here, so to speak. And finally a personal on Chase, and Chase can watch the last 4.7 from the bench.
I don't think Turley wanted a foul, but they were on the other side of the court at the other end from Desert Hills, and Chase like, I'm going to foul him and see if I can get a steal. And now some free points for Jared Kohler, who's going to end up being our player of the night, our death trucking player of the game.
Braden Sampson up off the bench. He'll come in for the final 4.7 of this game. And yeah, Jared Kohler, Mr. Everything tonight. He's got a couple of free throws. He is, I have him 6 out of 7 in the ball game.
And how many great left-handed moves has he made in this one?
More than we can count. There he knocked down another one. And we'll see a final desperation shot. Lindstrom from really deep front rim, no good. And they say we're going to count that last little layup, I think.
Yep.
Well, change out. Who got the bucket?
Thornton.
So Carson Thornton gets it. But what they didn't get was a win on their home court. 67 to 55 is the final here tonight. And boy, a big fourth quarter for the Pineview Panthers as they let it get close. But then they put the hammer down. Oh, they put the Kohler down.
Yeah, just a great start to the game, led to a great finish for Pineview, and the Panthers are going to get the victory tonight, 67-55. And Mike, we're halfway now, Region 9 play. They go 6-0 in the first 6 region games. That's pretty impressive.
It is indeed. We'll take a break. We'll be back 90 seconds. We'll take a look at some of the highlights in tonight's game. We'll also bring you some of the Wilkinson stat line. We'll get any other scores we have from the other games. That's all ahead in the post game, and that's on the way next. The final again, a 12-point win by Pineview, 67-55. We're back in 90.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray.
ourselves for our minds.
True, right? But that's
we can't
that's
palm
the
it
issue.
off on being unwitting dupes and just say, oh well, it doesn't count because I got played.
Well, we have some unwitting dupes, Jennifer.
We do, but you can't say because we got played by the Russians that we have to redo the election.
Hi, welcome back. Thanks again for being with us here all across the board. Region 9 Radio Network here on 97.7 ESPN. Also on the internet, Sports Radio 977.com. And, of course, we certainly appreciate CEC TV, TDS Channel 22 here in the local area. Let's maybe go right here to the highlights of this second half. And there was a bunch of highlights in this one tonight, Andy. As we see, there is a block by Sudweeks. He got everything. Good thing the wall was close, so that ball would still be going.
Inside bucket by Keegan Munson. Just a sophomore. The kid's going to get better and better and better, but then a step back three by Michael Moore. That was a big one there.
That was a big one. And here's Brown. Brown went hard to the hole, banked it off the glass. It went down. And what a catch and shoot outside there for the Chase.
That time, the big fella Munson again powering his way to the hole. And then Kohler, the left hand. That's a three-point play. That was right when Desert Hills had cut it down to a three-point game. He gets that three-point play.
You know, they're a never-say-never team. There's no doubt about it as we watch Carson Thornton with that one. And I like Newby. Reggie's coming to play. Here's a steal. Coast to coast, lays it up and in with the left hand. So both teams had good plays. Unfortunately, not enough of those good plays for the Thunder.
There's the block by, that was a three-point play by Kohler.
A slap at it, couldn't get it done. Deep three ball from the corner now for Lindstrom. So you see there was a lot of action. Here's the big block by Munson. You know the funnest thing about Munson? He's a young guy.
Yep, just a pop. There's the block by Chase. That led to the dunk by Munson. Good find by Chase and the two-handed flush.
He went up and put that down with authority. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. There's some of the highlights. This is the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. And I'm going to do just a quick rundown on our scoring tonight. First of all, then we'll get into kind of taking a look at the honors. And we'll talk about the other games as well. Leading the way tonight for Desert Hills, they had two players at 11, three actually in double figures. Mason Chase fouled out late in the game. He had 11 points, 11 also to Keegan Munson, and 10 to Carson Thornton. And 4 points, Spencer Jolly, all in the first half. 7 points, Reggie Newby, including that deep three we saw a moment ago. Trevin Lindstrom had 7 tonight. That's a little off his pace. 1 bucket, 2 points. Peyton Holmes and Alex Sampson had 4 all coming in the first half. Man of the hour tonight, leading all scorers by a long way. And that is Jared Kohler. Kohler, 24 points. He did all of that from inside except one deep three. He had 2, 4, 6, 7 out of 8 from the charity stripe. He went to work tonight. 24 points tonight for Jared Kohler. The only other players in double, Dallin Brown off the bench with 10, and Jared Sudweeks had 10 points. He hit 2 threes, and then he had 4 straight free throws. 3 points, Ryan Hopper, but he hit a couple of big free throws late. 6 points tonight for Taven Shepard. 3 in the first half, Gavin Bateman. 9 points, Michael Moore, and 1 bucket, 2 points to Connor Brooksby as they get it done 67 to 55.
Yeah, and again, you go back and you say, well, how can a run to start a game determine who's going to win, Mike? But it was that 13-2 run to start the game for Pineview. Panthers never trailed in this game. Now, Desert Hills did get it down to 2 late in the third, and they got it down to 3 early in the fourth. But, when you got that little cushion to start with, it makes everything a little bit easier down the road.
Absolutely. It changes it all. All right, we're going to take a 1-minute break. We're going to come back. We're going to name our honors here tonight. We'll give you the scores on the other games. I think we'll wrap it up for our CEC audience here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Great job, as always, to the guys who make our triple cast possible. So we'll take a 1-minute break for radio. We'll be back. Good night to our TV audience. Once again, Pineview with the win, 67-55. Radio back in a minute.